What's up, traders? Welcome back to the bull ring for another stock market update. And I have a question for you. What the fuck happened to SPX today? Look at that. A new all-time high, guys. Guess what that means? We're getting closer to these three numbers. And I'm going to show you how we're going to get there. Hopefully, you bought a call that expires in 30 days right here at the bottom. If you didn't, ouch. All right, so I'm going to teach you guys a secret on how to figure out where SPX is going. And when you make a lot of money, make sure you tip the jar, guys. All right, so let's take a look at some of the tools we have. We understand the indicator tells us in and out, but how far it's going to go up and how far it's going to go down is what everybody wants to know. So let's take a look at Fibonacci, guys, and we're going to do Fibonacci the correct way. A lot of people don't use it the correct way, and I'm going to show you. So you can see here that SPX was in a downtrend, okay? And so in the downtrend, we have lower highs, okay? And we continue to get lower highs. You cannot start to use Fibonacci until you get a bottom. And how do you know you have a bottom? Very simple. Once you get past the lowest high you had, okay, so we're going to extend this out and you see that we got past it. So now you finally have a higher high, okay, and then Fibonacci does what? They end up pulling back, okay, and not until we pass this area here can we say, all right, let's do Fibonacci, and sure enough, we did. And then now we can install our Fibonacci tool. So now we have to make sure this higher high, okay, needs to get beat. And we look across and we see, yep, there's another higher high. So now we're going to look at the actual wave, and where did that wave start? Okay, the wave started here, right where it passed this level. Okay, now that we understand which is the corrective wave, we're going to install our tool, and we see that we got our full retracement back to the golden zone right here. Okay, so if you were playing SPX, once you got up into this area, you see that you have a higher high. And I'm going to expand this so you get a very good view of this, guys. Okay. You see now we have a lower low, lower low, lower low. So that tells me this was the top. And that's where I'm going to install my Fibonacci. My expectations is that they come back down into this golden zone, which they did. And then after that, they take off to the races again. And the way you would play this, guys, is that you're going to take your Fibonacci tool and you're going to mark off, okay, right where that golden zone is at, okay? And we see that it's right in this area where that red wick is at. And we're going to go ahead and start a long position here. And make sure your stop loss matches your risk management. Okay, you can do a 1-to-1 or a 2-to-1, or you can say my target is $20, $30, whatever you choose. Okay, this is how you enter off of Fibonacci levels. Okay, now tell me, would that have worked if you did that? Okay, now you have to be able to tolerate any little red that comes down here. And in case it does go down, that's considered a full reversal. But you saw we hit it once, twice, third time's a charm, and it took off. Okay, so that's one time. All right, next time, what are we looking for? We are looking for us to beat that higher high that we've had. And what do we do here? We beat it, guys. So what does that mean? That means that at some point we're going to keep going up. Now, if you enter down here, You're awesome. You're a champ. You're doing it correctly. Okay. So now we know we are starting a new wave, and there has to be a correction on that new wave. So once we knew that this happened here, okay, because we beat this high, now we know we're in a new wave. Based off Fibonacci, we're going to have high, another high, higher high, and so on. So this was another high. You had a little one here. Okay, and then we started retracing back, and we had lower lows. Look at that. Okay, lower lows. Okay, as soon as you see the lower lows, okay, this is the best time to install your Fibonacci. And where are we going now? Okay, we know that we have to retrace back to the golden zone. And sure enough, there we are. We hit the golden zone a couple times here. We hit it here. And this is the 15-minute chart, guys. You can do this on the 1 hour. It works out just the same, okay? So now, if it's me, it doesn't matter if this is where I figure out that we are in the golden zone. I'm always going to put my stop loss right under the 61, guys, okay? So now I'm going to start a long position here, okay? And I'm going to move this down, and I'm going to set my stop loss to, let's say, maybe $15 on SPX. You can call it 1%. You can do it off a percentage if you want, and then maybe do a $40 move. Now, I'm going to teach you later on how many dollars it should be, because there is a history on how much SPX travels off of the golden zone. And when I show you that, if you do this correctly every day, you guys are going to become millionaires, okay? And make sure you tip the jar. All right, so now what's next? What is next is we had this higher high, and for us to consider a new wave starting, we have to beat that higher high. And sure enough, we beat it here. And let's just go ahead and highlight this small area so you can see it, okay? And it's very simple. We have that high is beat right in here, guys, okay? So we beat it. This is the new higher high, okay? What is the wave that started that? It's this wave right here. And where did the wave start? It started right there. And that's where I'm going to set my Fibonacci tool, and I'm going to figure out where the top is at. Okay. And the reason I'm doing that is because I need to figure out my next entry with SPX. All right. So let's get this off of here. All right. So now we know that the wave started down here, and at some point we've got a new higher high right in this area, but then we top off, we get a lower low, but then we come right back to it, but then we have another lower low. Okay, so now this tells me this is the top right here, guys, okay, because we have two lower lows. So that means that we are starting to correct. If this is the top, if this is the bottom, that's where my Fibonacci tool will go. And I'll show you how simple this is. And I'm going to set it right at there, okay? And I'm going to run it across, okay? Because at some point I want to enter the trade again, just like we did at the bottom. And we want to enter at 61, guys, okay? Look at that. Now, ask me if I bought a call there. Damn right I did, okay? Now, this is going to work a lot of times, guys, okay? If you have 1 or 2 times that it didn't work, but it did work 10 times, then you're going to be golden. If you say it didn't work, you haven't tried it 10 times. And I want you to try this 10 times on paper, okay? If you don't understand Fibonacci, if you don't understand any of this, and you need some one-on-one coaching, guys, I'm going to leave you a link below. Sign up for my private chat room. Sign up for my courses. I guarantee you, you're going to learn a lot, guys, okay? So this is the entry here now, okay? We are at the 68 level. Forget about that wick. We're just going to drop it right in there. And now if I extend this out, you can see that that wick went into the red a little bit, but now we are up here. If my goal was $28, guess what I did here? I took profits, right? And then now you can make your goal higher. It's up to you. It's your risk management, okay? Now remember, how far is it going to go up? Now that would be great to know, right? Well, I'm going to share it with you right now. All right, so now I'm showing you 3 different times using Fibonacci. You could have entered the trade with a nice stop loss. It's not going to kill you. Okay, and you would have had winner, winner, chicken dinner. Now, how far up is this going to go? Well, let's check it out. All right, so I've marked off a 4th entry down here, guys. That was the original bottom where we started. There was a fib there. Okay, we just didn't chart it out, but let me show you something. Okay, so this bid level, okay, right in the middle is the 61 fib retracement that we charted out. If I take my info line and I go to the top of the actual wave, first one shows me that we went up $124. Second one shows me we went up $118. And the third one shows me that we went up $102, $103. Do you see what I see, guys? Do you see a trend? Do you see what is happening? If I take all 3 of those, okay, which equals 345, divided by 3, that gives me a move of $115 that SPX has been doing every time it corrects and it bounces off the 61 fib, guys. Come on, that's cash, guys. That is cash right there. And let's say you just went off the clouds. You're just using my indicator. Okay, let's take a look at the trend. Okay, we got up $267 there. Every time the cloud flip, we got up on this one $250. Okay, and then here, when the cloud flipped, we saw a move of $78. Cloud flipped here, we saw a move of $81. Okay, you guys starting to see a pattern here? So we take 665 total, which is all of these right here, 4 entries, divided by 4, guys. That gives us an average of $166 move, okay, on SPX every single time we flip on the 1 hour. That's our average, with our lowest being around $80. Now, if you knew SPX was going to give you an average of $80, 80 to 166, what would you be buying? Would you be buying a put every single time it flipped? I don't think so. Okay, so do the math, guys. If you're not taking courses, take courses. Okay, you need to learn this. It's gonna save you tons and tons of money. Now, if you want to know where SPX is going next, let's do that. Now, this is my working chart. This is the chart I use when I am day trading, guys. If you want to learn how to do this stuff, again, I'll teach you in my courses. This green line that you see are separators that define a day. Okay, this is my bull bear indicator that tells me who's in charge. The green being on top tells me the bulls are in charge. The red dominating is showing me that the bears are in charge. Okay, and got a new indicator here. If you guys are interested, let me know, guys. They're cheap as heck. They make you a lot of money. All right, so when we go to the 15, okay, I already mapped this out. Long story short, my entry and my goal now for the next 7 days. Okay, so don't come to me and start wah-wahing. You said it's gonna go here. I'm not saying it's going there tomorrow, guys. I'm saying next 7 days. If everything works itself out like it's supposed to, okay, we are looking at about 55, 60 area. Wait a minute, that sounds familiar. Remember this chart, guys? Okay, so we mapped this out in the last couple of videos. So 5560 puts us right in between these two numbers. So we could be going there pretty soon, guys. Okay. How do you trade this? Okay. If you want to learn how to trade it, I'll teach you how to hedge it. So if you go in with a 50 delta, I'll teach you how to hedge it so you don't have to worry about it. You have to be patient. Okay. Right now, I'm telling you, paper trade this, okay? Paper trade it. You need to practice so that you are not nervous that you're going to lose your money, and you need to learn how to use Fibonacci. 5560, okay? Check it out. All right, so now we have NVIDIA. NVIDIA is still spanking everybody, guys, spanking, okay? This is a new all-time high. I know this is a red candle, but that red candle right there is very, very bullish. Okay, I'm going to show you how. Now, the red areas are previous resistance that we broke. And now what I'm looking at, these areas to be areas of support. Now, we did find some support today, guys, and this is why I think NVIDIA is still super bullish. Check this out. I mean, charts don't lie, guys. Look at that, okay? You have a nice support area started here. Now, I do look for the previous resistance, of course, okay, to be, let me match this up just a bit there. All right. This old resistance, I expect it to be support. So we're looking at anywhere from 126.92 down to about 125.5, guys. That should be another area of support for NVIDIA. Now, why do I think this is a bullish move? And I'm going to show you guys this, okay? This is very simple. If you're a student of charts, if you're a student of Fibonacci. Yes, you guessed it right. Here we go. See that candle there? Okay. What happened last time that candle appeared? Okay. Boom. We took off. Okay. Now, let's take a look at what Fibonacci tells us, guys. Okay. Now, we're going to start here. I'm not going to map out the whole thing for you, but this is the last high we had. So what we're looking for is for that high to get beat. And sure enough, it got beat right here. This is the corrective wave that started the new trend all the way up. So we're going to take our Fibonacci tool, put it right in there. Okay. And guess where we are at now, guys? Does that ring a bell there? 61%. Guess what I expect you to do with a paper trade tomorrow? Okay. That's right. Okay. How far is NVIDIA going to go up? Well, that's simple. We already did that math, okay? But this is an entry for me. Now, if it continues to go down in the pre-market and the aftermarket, then I'm going to hedge it. I'm not going to panic, okay? Because I've done this before. This happens. Look at this trend here. We came back down. Again, Fibonacci, guys, okay? When you have a gap, I didn't point that out on SPX. If you ever see a gap, okay, that's an easy place to start your Fibonacci tool, okay? But now, here we are in the golden zone. If you bought puts because you thought this is it, we're going down, hey, hopefully you make some money. But remember, this is where we're at right now. All right, and before I end this video, guys, I'm going to give you a stock you need to put on your watch list. I don't want to hear the why later. Why didn't you tell me? Because I'm going to tell you, why didn't you hit that notification button? You would have found out and known. Netflix is a buy in my book. Let me show you why. Okay, this is resistance here. You see how Netflix got knocked down? They didn't make it the second time, but the third time, boom, they blew up and went right through it. Man, are they gonna stop or what? Higher high, higher high, higher high. Wait a minute, lower high. I think it's time to install a Fibonacci. Okay, so I'm going to install my Fibonacci. This is my higher high here. And this is my corrective wave. Okay, even though it's a green candle, we're going to put it right in there. And we're going to take it to the top. And right there. Okay, so we are very close to 61, guys. Okay, this is it right here, 667. If Netflix comes down here, we're going very high. I'm going to tell you what number that is now. Netflix is showing some bullish candles here, but I do see what I call a cloud rejection. Okay, we're rejecting right at the cloud, which happens sometimes with stocks. You can see it happen here. It went down a bit, which is what I expect to happen here. And then it started to take off. Okay. You can see we have another cloud rejection here, and we came down some more, and then we started to take off. Okay. So this happens. This is our golden zone for now, but the best way to find out once we get here how far we're going to go, I'm going to show you something else. This time we're going to do a trend base Fibonacci. Okay, make that easy for you. That means reverse Fibonacci. Just look at it that way. Okay, so we have a nice trend here. We came up and we started to correct. Maybe we correct a little bit more based off what we were looking at earlier, but I'm going to set this Fibonacci here, guys, and that's right. I'm going to call it right now. Okay, see that golden zone? I'm going to call 750. $750. Not tomorrow. Okay, not next week. Go study the average true range and how far does this stock move up per week. Okay, don't start jumping into and loading up. I do want you to paper trade this though. You need to practice, guys. Paper trade it. All right, let's say you're not a Fibonacci guy or gal, so I'm going to show you one more way, right? The old school way. See, we had a bull flag here forming, and we're going to look at the formation of the bull flag from the bottom, and then we're going to say the implied move once we break out of the bull flag is this. That's right, folks. Where does that place us? Right at the same level, around 750. Okay, look at that. Let go line. All right, 750, guys. Okay, you can do it however you want. You can do Fibonacci, you can do impulse waves, you can do corrective waves, you can do bull flags, bear flag. Guys, if the stock is going there, it's going to show you. Another thing that you can see here, okay, when we look at the bull bear indicator, okay, we are not out of this, guys. They are fighting hard. Okay, let's go over to the 4-hour. This is looking nice and sharp. Actually, this will be better. 15-minute, guys. Okay, look at that. What are we seeing here? Okay, every time they start moving up, that's right. That's when you know the bulls are taking off. Okay, the bulls were leading. Then the bears caught up here and they tied. Okay, and then the bulls said, see you later. Okay, so this is happening, guys. Okay, Netflix 750. See you on the next video.